Hi, everybody. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your November 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm using the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews. And all you beautiful Aquarius folks out there, welcome. It's so wonderful to be with you again. If you are a returning viewer and or a subscriber, thank you. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm excited to unfold the story that is sitting here on my desktop for you this month. For all the folks who are new, if you don't know, these readings are not standalone. I would urge you at this point to go back in time and look at some of the prior videos, especially the last few months. And you may want to check out on a playlist on my channel the readings that are in posted, pardon me, about the eclipses. There's some channeled information coming through already, and I'm going to jump in for you. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I would just want to say thank you to everyone who's been so loving and supportive. Folks have been donating to the channel per my request because I needed a new computer, and I do have it. And, donating to all the things I'm trying to accomplish here. So if you'd like to support the channel, you can donate $35 and I will put you in the subscription for the live stream events for the next 12 months from the date of your donation. So I'm trying to keep the price low and a lot of things I want to do. And that's my way of working on manifesting the abundance that is needed to keep this channel going. So thank you for everything, truly from the bottom of my heart. And I appreciate your patience while I roll that piece of the message out. I want to jump right in. There's a very exciting message coming through. I just posted the video for Pisces, and your reading, having come out of the passage tombs last month, there is a continuation, and it's very deep, and Spirit is very excited to speak with you about it. I am going to toggle back and forth as I talk about the cards and the reading so that you can see the cards while I'm going forward, okay? So bear with me for just a moment, and I will show you the cards, okay? So, Aquarius, having come through the journey last month, look what comes out right on the top. That's astounding to me. It's beautiful. It causes me to feel a lot of stimulation in a general way, but also at my heart chakra. That card, if you're new to the channel and you don't know, is the theme. It gives the reading presence and light, and topic for discussion is what is streaming through from my spirit guides today. You are on, as you know, a shamanistically led journey that is very fertile, and that is why we see a female shaman here. So that is the Queen of Battle, pardon me. And the Queen of Battle is here to alert you to the fact that your transformation continues in a very deep, mystical, sacred way. And she is here to help you travel back and forth between the realms. And Spirit saying, inside yourself, as a spirit being, as you continue to walk through these days that lead us in to the profound event, according to the streamed information that I'm getting, the channeled information coming through me, that it's going to happen as a result of all the eclipses and all the portals and all the changes that have happened over 2017 in order to end the year and prepare us to go forward into January and all that is meant for us next year. There will be a moment of passage for us, and we are preparing in a very serious way, Spirit says. And so you are being helped and guided, and Spirit saying, the Queen of Battle is here to be your shepherdess and to be your accompaniment and to be your protection as you take these journeys on your human walk. This card, standing next to the Queen of Battle, is the aspect that you personally, as a human being, a spirit being standing in a human body here on this earth, this is the energy that you embody this month as you go through November. Having come through all the shift and change, this is where your energy resides, and it is about your heart chakra. That energy, that is actually a major arcana card, and it is the lover of devotion. I want to just show that to you up close. Look at that. This card came out a lot, has been coming out a lot. So this is about being very deeply in the spirit realm as you stand here. Your devotion held at your heart chakra, that is where abundance is coming from within you, Spirit says. All right. And you see that crow? That is about the ability to be in the mystical realm and source your devotion at your heart chakra from the mystical realm. And it's really interesting to me that she is a dark woman, dark-haired woman, looking much like the shamaness, if you will, that came out in the first card. Let me just toggle back to that. I want you to see it one more time before we jump in. You are in this aspect. You are under the light and following through this mystical journey with this kind of accompaniment and protection as you go through this month. So I'm going to show you next the human walk. And, I apologize that there are more pictures here than I wanted to show. And cards. I've had some technical difficulties. I'm in the Northeast, and we've had some really violent storms for the last week or more. And it's just continuing to be a little dicey. It's still very dark and very rainy, almost, I think, over 7 days. It just continues to go forward. So it's very dark here still today. All right, so look at that. That's amazing. So if you look at the bottom row of cards, that is the human walk. And as you go through the shamanistic journey, sourcing your wisdom and your light and your ability from the mystical realm, and Spirit's talking about, pardon me, okay, so that's what the message was about that was coming through when I said look at the crow in the bottom left of that center card. That is the mystical realm with you. That is the shamaness. And you may see her in that form. Spirit says, obviously there are crows everywhere. It's going to be a little point of reminder for you this month about the mystical walk that you are having through these days of November and December as we finish out the year. So, this first card on the human realm, that is the elopement of art. And I can't remember if this card has come out for you. Most likely, it's come out in a lot of places. So there's the card. This is a story about two individuals who they didn't really have a plan, but they heard about this treasure. And, ultimately they decided to go find it, to go look. And they found it, as you can tell. And that's the river of life streaming around them. They climbed up on the platform, put their hands on the golden bowl filled with treasure, and they got stuck to it. And they could no longer join the stream of their life. And this message has been coming out in a lot of the readings over the last few months. It's about, Spirit says, as your initiation process came forward and continues on, this is a piece of the pie, Spirit says. All right, so it's not about the fact that we're not allowed to have abundance. Clearly we are meant, all of us, I believe, to be abundant in the ways that are important to us and to have our needs met. All the things that come with that. We do need to have some material possessions and wealth, etc. This is about making sure that what you attach yourself to feeds you and helps you grow. And the message that's been coming through is these things upon which we get stuck, we are in the final stages of moving past that for this year to release and let go and rejoin the river of life to finish our transformation and have this mystical experience. So you may find that these things come up for you, and that as you go through the end of the year, you will be looking and thinking and feeling inside of yourself your own notions about what that means. I'm going to toggle back and we'll keep going. So, in a sense, if you see these two, the next card, as it relates to the card that already came out, that is the courtship of battle. Isn't that interesting that those come together? So, this thing which with you do battle, whatever it is, it might be a relationship, it might be your relationship to yourself, your relationship to life and how you do life. Isn't it interesting that here again we see the river? And this woman has fallen into the river. These folks have been battling. And it's the courtship of battle because this is how they came to know each other through all these battles. And certainly that is reflective of our journey here on this planet, isn't it? In so many ways. Despite the battle, despite the fact that they were literally trying to kill, she was trying to kill him. And they came to know each other. And through the battle, it did affect the river, the flow of her own life. She was washed in, fell into the river. And in that moment, the person she was battling with put the sword in the ground. And she surrendered to the notion of putting the battle to bed, Spirit is saying. Climbing up out of that river, which almost washed her away, her anger, her rage, her resentment, her desire for revenge, because that man was a soldier and he was doing his job, and by so doing his job, her lover was slain. That's the sort of the backstory. I'm not going to go into it too much. So, in the end, they learned to live with that which had come before and to come to terms with it. And they were able to love each other and honor and respect each other. And, in the story of this card, they ended up getting married and having a good life. So clearly, twice now, Spirit is talking to you about the way you engage with the river of life. The pluses, the minuses, the things that make us stuck, the things that make us feel like we're about to get washed away. That is this journey that you're on this month as you explore the deeper regions, mystical resources, Spirit says, that reside in your heart chakra. These are the things you're going to be reviewing and perhaps experiencing. And so this next card, let me toggle back again. That is beautiful. As the story unfolds, that is the woman of knowledge. And let me show you the card. There she is. She's come across quite a journey. She is here on the earth, and yet again, she is of the mystical realm, which we can tell by the color of her garment. And this card is about healing. Last month, I took a sacred journey and ended up in the beautiful passage tombs in the Boyne Valley. And this woman is performing healing from a gravestone. She is picking up herbs and flowers for healing. She's an herbalist, if you will, Spirit says. And she picks these herbs and flowers that are growing literally up out of the bones of the person that is buried there. And it is that which has come away, that which we release, that which has fallen away, whether that has been through our own decision or not, that brings us healing. And, again, it's a story of, in a sense, of letting go, Spirit says. If you look at the progression of these cards this month, and there's another thing I want to tell you about this, but I want to show you the cards again. Look at the progression, sort of getting stuck, unable to join the stream of life, feeling on some level the pain of needing to let go and surrender. And in that moment, you are lifted up onto stable ground, to a place where you are able to receive the healing that is meant for you. The other thing is, please go look at the reading for Taurus for last month. Spirit says just watch it because that came out in the Null Passage Tomb. There's a message there for you. And it has to do with this card, the last card on the human walk, the woman of knowledge. And sadly, I don't have time to go into it, but I'm just urging you to go and check it out sometime when you have a few minutes. Sit and watch that video. There is an important message that comes through, and it has to do with the woman of knowledge and the healing stone from which she is pulling the mechanism of healing, is what Spirit is saying. So if you look on the, pardon me, at the bridge card, it is standing next to the lover of devotion. And that card is the Queen of Knowledge. And she is here in the sacred position of helping you move and connect, if you will, your human walk, your spirit journey here on this earth to that which is unfolding deep out in the universe. And you know what? Look at the okay, twice the message is coming now, Aquarius. Please look at the Taurus reading. Pardon me. In the playlist for the October readings, there are carvings in a stone. You're meant to see them. And what this woman does, the Queen of Knowledge, is she sits suspended in the universe, like the Queen of Battle, like the shaman, but her job actually is to weave the strings of your destiny as you walk this sacred journey that you're on. She has the ability to take the efforts that you perform on an energetic level and weave them into this tapestry. I talked all about that last month. And so Spirit is just telling you that process continues. Isn't that amazing? So let me toggle back to the cards for you so you can look while we go on to the spirit realm part of the reading. Now, as you do your spirit journey this month, I'm getting a lot of information to urge you to pay attention to what is happening with your being, with your heart chakra, with your desires, as you ponder and take this mystical journey that you clearly are on, Aquarius. And you know, your energy is all about shift and change and transition and leadership through innovation. And there are messages coming through about that. I'm going to show you the next image is an image of the full spread. And we're going to talk about these cards one by one. If you look at the top row, that is your spirit journey. Look at the left vertical row. That card is the elopement of art. And there above it is the Queen of Knowledge, weaving her art, weaving that which you are sowing through your human journey toward healing, and taking that energy and weaving it deep into the universe in order to help you come through a very profound shift and change. And again, Spirit is just chattering in the background about the passage tomb. There's a message there for you. So go and look again. If you haven't seen last month, watch it and then look at the reading for Taurus. It's very interesting. And Spirit's talking about heaven and earth. So, you know, being an air sign and Taurus being married to the earth, there is a tapestry, as I talked about last month. So for you this month, it is about reaching this point of liberation in order to move your energy forward. So we have the Liberator card right at the first position of your spirit journey. Look at that. That's a sacred Sheila Nagi. These carvings were found all over Ireland. It, again, is a feminine aspect card about death and rebirth and shift and change and going through a sacred passage. Right? So there are the passage tombs that I visited, out of which the reading came. And then there are these passages that we experience as humans. And so, you know, these images are about relating our human experience of coming through and shift and change. And this is the Liberator. Look at that. In the traditional tarot, it would be the Death card. It's about shift and change and a new life coming. It's the liberator of devotion. So, given the fact that we started this reading with this beautiful shamanistic journey and you at the center of the card, let me toggle back. It's all about the devotion that you feel at your heart chakra in a mystical way. The mystical things that come to you this month that help you to move forward. And that's the next card that we see. That very next card is the mover. It is also a major arcana card. It is the mover of energy. And Aquarius, don't doubt for a millisecond. Spirit is saying, look at that. The mystical realm hovering above your ability to move your energy forward and move forward to the place you are meant to be traveling to this month as we prepare for this passage that's coming on the solstice. This would be the Chariot card, of course. Spirit saying, in the Rider-Waite deck. That's never come through that way. That's interesting. So, the thing that comes up, yes, you have choices. Yes, you can manifest your destiny. You can move yourself to that which you desire in your heart through this mystical journey that you are on, weaving those intentions and those desires deep into the universe, bringing forward your rebirth and your liberation, the liberation of your devotion from that which binds it. Look at the human realm for a moment. Look at that row across the bottom. That's the message there. Whatever is binding you, healing is coming through this mystical journey, and you are going to be relieved. Your devotion is going to be liberated and set forward into this world in this way. And it's about the change in your energy pattern, and your ability to go forward. And that is what moves you. It's not the horses. The horses are a symbolic reference about power and speed and ability. That is what moves you. It's the energy that you have inside of you because you are being activated in order to have a real effect on that realm. Okay, so let me toggle back one more time so you can see this, because I really want, no pun intended, I want to drive that message home. I'm getting a lot of sort of poked in the shoulder from Spirit. For you this month, that is the seat of the message. And look at the card next to it. That card literally just came out for Pisces. And last month, again, a reference to the Null Passage Tomb readings. Last month, this card came out on cards that were about humanity and how we experience our injuries when we fight with each other and the ways in which we use our power. This is coming away. This is falling away. That is what we're being liberated from. And that is the combat of battle. So there are two things about this card. That is the road we've come down and how much it has hurt us as individuals, because it is constantly on our mind and in the news. We take part in it, we create it, we grieve it, we do everything we can to resolve it, and the cycle goes forward. And those wounds and that injury and that sadness trickle down into the stream of our life. And that is now, we have the capacity to take the first real steps because we are moving toward the age of Aquarius. Actually, we have the capacity to begin to shift the energy so that this way of living falls away and no longer captures us. So Spirit is asking me to toggle back so you can see this in relationship. Look at the human line. Do you see the indication of rivers and flow and life path and shift and change and surrender? And there it is, the last card on the spirit realm. That is what this mystical journey is about. That is what you are being liberated from. It's beautiful, and I want to thank you for the work you're doing. Let's look at the outcome card. That is also a major arcana card. And it is the natural endpoint, Spirit says, for now. Take your journey, Spirit wants you to really take your journey. That's what all the water and the rivers and the signification of that is about. Take your journey. Be in the flow of this mystical energy that activates what exists inside of you at your heart chakra and weaves it into the spirit journey that is unfolding as we take this walk. That is what the healing is about. The last card on the human realm. So Spirit wants you to just watch how this energy flows through this reading. And this last card, that is a prophecy. The augury of skill. You see, it's a youthful, male energy-oriented card. That young man has come through his transition, and he sits in this new way. And look at the shining city in the background. Able to send out these intentions that come from your heart chakra. He is open, not just at the heart chakra, at the will center. And he is able to take this energy. Spirit says it's a reflection of the mover card. So let me toggle back for you. Do you see that? This is the work of November for you, Aquarius. It's really beautiful and very mystical and deep. So as the autumn deepens, and as we go into that time of year, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, I know some of you are in Australia and New Zealand. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why there's an indication of summer, and I'm talking about fall and winter. The message, Spirit says, of course, obviously, metaphors. The outcome in November, and you will feel it. You will feel yourself moving in this way because of all the water indication. You will have the ability to send your desires out because of your energy, because you have been liberated, and you have the capacity to take that energy of liberation and literally emanate it out into the universe to change the way we live, the way we see ourselves, the way we relate to others, and the outcomes that we co-create, Spirit says, because your intention and your devotion is being woven into the sacred fabric that we will use going forward in 2018. So Aquarius, that is astounding. I thank you for being willing to do this work and take that journey. It's a beautiful journey. I will look forward to talking with you again very soon. Please have a wonderful month. Spirit's chattering in the background. Enjoy the time of year. And what Spirit is talking about, this reading, enjoy these events and this unfolding to the best of your ability. And I will be eagerly preparing to talk with you. There is going to be a special live stream event. I'll make an announcement and put it on the playlist for the 21st of December for that passage that's going to open on the solstice. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll look forward to speaking with you very soon. Have a wonderful month. Thank you very much for being here. I very much appreciate it.